Something happened that nobody saw coming, and the internet has not stopped talking about it since. Cameras were rolling, fans were screaming, and then, just like that, she was gone. Shen Yue slipped out of one of the most high-profile events of the season, and Wang was right there with her, and nobody can agree on what actually went down that night. Was it an emergency that forced them to leave in a rush? Or was the whole thing a carefully planned escape for something far more personal that they did not want the world to see? Because here's the thing, the details surrounding their exit do not add up, and the more you look at them, the more questions start piling up. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a story like this one. The event itself was massive. Shen Yue had shown up looking absolutely stunning, the kind of entrance that stops conversations mid-sentence and makes photographers forget to breathe. She was smiling, she was glowing, she was completely in her element, and then something shifted. People who were there in person described a sudden change in energy around her, almost like a switch had been flipped. One moment she was fully present, engaged, working the room the way only she knows how, and then suddenly there was a quiet urgency around her team, a hushed conversation that seemed to come out of nowhere, and before anyone could process what was happening, Shen Yue was moving toward the exit. And Wang, who had been spotted at the same venue just a short distance away from her all evening, was gone at almost the exact same time. Now the timing of that is what has everyone losing their minds. Because if this were truly an emergency, you would expect a certain kind of chaos, rushed staff, visible concern on faces, maybe even a statement released shortly after. But none of that happened. What happened instead was silence. A very specific, very deliberate kind of silence that honestly raises more eyebrows than any dramatic exit ever could. Their team said nothing. Their social media went quiet. And the two of them vanished from public view for long enough that fans started connecting dots that their management probably wishes had stayed very far apart. There is also the matter of how they left. Multiple people who witnessed the exit described it as calm. Not panicked, not frantic, calm. The kind of calm that comes not from crisis management but from planning. Security was already positioned. The car was already waiting. Everything moved with a smoothness that you simply cannot pull off if you are reacting to something unexpected in real time. That level of coordination takes preparation, and preparation means this was not a surprise to anyone in their inner circle. Whatever this was, someone knew it was coming. The fan community has been absolutely electric since the story broke. And what is fascinating is how split the reaction has been. Half of the fans are genuinely worried, cycling through every possible emergency scenario, sending love and support out into the universe, hoping that both of them are okay. The other half, and honestly this half is significantly louder, are convinced that this exit was not an emergency at all, but something that Shen Yue and Wang very much wanted to do together, privately, away from the flashing cameras and the screaming crowds and the relentless public gaze that follows both of them everywhere they go. And when you look at the history between these two, that theory does not feel far-fetched at all. It actually feels like exactly the kind of thing they would do. Because Shen Yue and Wang have always had this almost magnetic quality to their connection that exists entirely outside of whatever their official relationship status is or is not at any given moment. They orbit each other. They always have. Even during periods where they publicly maintain distance, the moments that slipped through the cracks told a completely different story. A look held a fraction too long. An interview answer that started professional and ended somewhere much more personal. The way his name makes her pause, just slightly before she responds. These are not things you can manufacture, and fans have been cataloging all of it with an attention to detail that is genuinely impressive. And now this, an exit together, simultaneous, smooth, unannounced, during an event that both of them had a professional obligation to attend, and that both of them left before that obligation was technically fulfilled. Whatever the reason was, it was important enough to override their public commitments, which means it was either very serious or very significant, And both of those options are absolutely fascinating. The location where they were reportedly spotted afterward is also adding serious fuel to this fire. Details are still coming in, and some of the reports are conflicting, which is not unusual when fan accounts and paparazzi are all racing to be first with information. But the consistent thread across multiple independent sources is that they were together afterward. Not separated, not heading in different directions after some kind of emergency situation was handled together. Settled. Like two people who had somewhere specific to be and made it there exactly as planned. Their silence in the hours and days following the exit has been the loudest thing of all. In an era where every celebrity is expected to be constantly performing their life in real time across every platform, choosing to say absolutely nothing is a statement in itself. It is a boundary being drawn. It is two people deciding that whatever this was belongs to them, and they are not interested in sharing it with the world right now. And that choice, that very deliberate, very conscious choice to stay quiet, is doing more to confirm the secret date theory than any photograph ever could. What makes this story genuinely compelling beyond the obvious romantic speculation is what it reveals about who Shen Yue is becoming. She has spent years being incredibly careful, incredibly professional, managing her public image with a precision that most people in the industry can only dream of. She does not make moves without intention. She does not slip up. So when something like this happens, when she walks out of a high-profile event ahead of schedule with Wang and then maintains radio silence about it, you have to take that seriously. You have to recognize that this was a choice and that she made it knowing full well what people would say and what questions it would raise. She did it anyway, and that tells you everything. Wang's side of this is equally interesting. He has his own very carefully managed public persona, his own very deliberate way of navigating questions about his personal life, and he has held that line consistently for years. For him to be connected to this kind of exit, to allow himself to be seen leaving with her at the same time, in the same direction, that is not an accident. People at his level of fame do not make that kind of mistake accidentally. They either plan for something to be seen, or they make absolutely sure it is not. The fact that it was seen, even partially, even in the fragmented way that it was captured, suggests that at some level, they were not entirely opposed to the world knowing they left together.